So, guys, I know we like to make fun of gun control advocates, at pretty much any opportunity we get. Um, they don't know about guns, they don't know about anything, all that kind of stuff. But I think this clip that I'm going to talk about real quick, it was just too good to not address. The NRA actually posted this on their Instagram earlier today. It's actually a video recorded by a YouTuber. His name is John Lareau, and you can actually see that watermarked up in the corner on the video, but I'll link to his channel as well. But anyway, it's this guy, he's a Virginia delegate, Mark Levine, or well, maybe he's somebody who likes to pronounce his name Levine. I'm just not really sure. But anyway, he basically gets a question from the audience saying, can you define an assault weapon? And the explanation he gives for what an assault weapon is absolutely priceless, if not sad. I'm going to let that video roll right now, but before I do, be sure to hit that like button. And also definitely consider sharing this with, really as many people as possible. I think it's important because this kind of just needs to be exposed. People need to know just how clueless the people that are proposing their legislation are. Somebody who, lacks this much knowledge on firearms or maybe is obfuscating the truth, this is really most of the people that are proposing gun control. Anyway, let's get into the video.
Question from the audience. Please define assault weapon.
Hunting weapons, weapons used for self-defense, weapons used for sport shooting, from weapons that are the preferred weapons for mass shooters. So what the bill does is it distinguishes basically the difference between guns that go like this. These are rifles. You use them to shoot an animal, and you can shoot very precisely. Mass shooters don't like things that go like this. So the mass shooters use guns that go like this. All right? Pistol grips, things like that. And guns that go like this are wildly inaccurate. That's why hunters don't like them. That's what these guns do. That's why they're so useful in the military. You want to mow down an approaching army. They're not useful for hunting.
Apparently we're still doing this. Apparently we're still doing this, the shoulder thing that goes up kind of nonsense. I don't even know what this guy's talking about here. Okay, it would almost be funny. Is he implying that you don't shoulder something like an AR-15? Like, I don't even know what he's saying. Maybe he's talking about, like, hip firing, and guys, call me crazy. I actually find it harder to hip fire a gun with a pistol grip. Maybe I'm crazy. Anyway, the people in the audience start laughing at the dude, okay, this dude's totally full of crap. And he gets loud. And when you have a gun that goes like this, you can't make this up, dude. Now, I'm sure some of you have probably already had a stroke listening to this dude, but don't worry, it's almost over. I promise.
Shotgun's very powerful. You shoot a shotgun, and it shoots some 40 pellets out, and if someone's coming to approach you and they face the end of a shotgun, they're in big trouble.
Oh my God, guys. We have to ban shotguns. This just can't go on. 40 pellets at the end. We can't tolerate it. Come on, we live in a modern society. We cannot tolerate 40 pellets at the end of a shotgun and people being in big trouble. No way, man. That's where I draw the line. God help me. Why do I even do this to myself?
In terms of the differences between the guns, the heart of the difference is how you hold the gun. Basically, it's a semi-automatic, meaning that you can shoot with each finger, not like a bolt action where you have to kick out the cartridges.
So wait, he is saying that the difference is in how you hold the gun, but then his entire explanation of that is an explanation on something that has nothing to do with how you hold the gun. What?
It has to be semi-automatic, and it must contain one of these weapons of war type features. Things like a pistol grip, things like a flash suppressor, which basically conceals where the flash is coming from. Things like a silencer that was used in Virginia Beach to basically not show what the gunshots sound like. Or grab that red hot magazine. They take 10 magazines. They take their template magazine. They can shoot 10. Then they have to take 1 to 2 seconds to change the magazine. If it's 100 bullets, they might have to take 10 to 20 seconds. I don't know about you, I spend more of that time in a traffic light. The fact that gun owners may have to take 10 or 20 seconds more, so our bill allows people to keep their weapons, including their AR-15s and the like. They can keep their weapons, but we've asked them to do what people have done with machine guns when they were banned in 1934, to basically get a permit so we know where they are so they aren't used by criminals.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Levine, for letting us keep our rifles as long as we register them. Okay, he doesn't actually pronounce his name that way. I was really hoping he did, because that would be icing on the cake. But, you know, he's talking about all this stuff like weapons of war. What the hell is a weapon of war? Like a musket is a weapon of war. A semi-automatic handgun is a weapon of war. So, like, what is the standard for a weapon of war? Something that's issued to troops? Because the AR-15, as it's available to civilians, has never been issued to probably any troops. Of course, troops want select fire guns. They don't want semi-automatics. But you notice he talks about, oh, you can mow down you can mow down a crowd of people with an assault rifle. Well, that's not even what an actual assault rifle is supposed to do. Like, my understanding of an assault rifle, when you look at like the Sturmgewehr 44, was basically to bridge the gap between like a submachine gun and, you know, like a high-powered rifle, where you have this sort of flexible gun that's still pretty good at close range, but you can, you know, where you can still basically reach out much further than, you know, something like a handgun or a submachine gun. But that doesn't even apply here. I mean, if the standard here is a weapon of war, then shouldn't the weapon in that configuration have been issued at some point? Because by that logic, the shotguns that he doesn't seem to want to ban, you could go to your local sporting goods store, buy a Mossberg 500 or 590, you know, in like a tactical configuration, and you're literally using one of the shotguns that our military uses. The same. The function is the same. And what the hell is he talking about, these 40 pellets? I mean, if anything, he's making a case for banning shotguns. Like, like nothing this guy is saying makes sense. And it shouldn't. It shouldn't, because he clearly doesn't know anything about firearms. And then you can see how this weapon of war, you know, terminology just blurs the lines for people who don't know, or maybe, you know, don't care to know. But, you know, again, look at the shotgun example. A Mossberg 500 or 590 in a tactical configuration is literally the same gun with the same functionality that many of our troops use. That's actually not the case with a civilian AR-15. The M16 and M4, they have additional capabilities that the guns you would buy in a store do not. So by his own logic, it would not be a weapon of war. I mean, look at something like the M24 sniper rifle. That's the United States standard military-issued sniper rifle. Do you know what it is? It's a Remington 700. Your grandpappy's deer rifle. That kicks the shells out. You know, the gun he just said he didn't want to ban. Or one of the guns he said that he wouldn't want to ban. But they're weapons of war. I thought we have to ban those. Oh. So it's not actually about a gun being a true weapon of war. It's about a certain gun that you're targeting. Now, I wouldn't agree with this argument, but if he would say, you know, look, here's some data, and AR-15s, when used in mass shootings, kill more people on average, or, you know, something like something that's actually based in data, I still disagree with the argument that they should be banned, but at least it's an argument, right? But instead, it devolves into these arbitrary terms that scare people. It's that simple. Anyway, guys, I'm going to quit ranting because I don't really have much else to say about this video. But, you know, again, I would urge you to hit that like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, definitely consider subscribing. But most importantly, Share this video with as many people as you possibly can. Again, we need to expose these people for what they are. Absolute frauds at worst, or at best, completely and utterly uneducated on these subjects. Anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next video. This is Extreme Conditions, signing out.